Hello students, welcome to the third part of lesson 9 weathering. In today's video I will discuss the meaning of chemical weathering and the various processes involved in chemical weathering. Let us first understand the meaning of chemical weathering. The decomposition of rocks is called chemical weathering. It involves the breaking down of rocks by altering or dissolving the rock minerals due to chemical action or chemical changes. The most active substances for a chemical reaction are oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, that is rainwater, and organic acids. This type of weathering is faster in hot and humid regions. The chemical weathering of rocks is accomplished in a number of ways, and each one is given a name to distinguish the different processes involved. The four main processes are oxidation, carbonation, hydration, and solution. We begin with oxidation. When the oxygen in the air and water reacts with minerals in the rock, oxidation takes place. Most rocks contain a certain amount of iron. The oxygen dissolved from air by rainwater reacts with the iron present in the rocks, which then changes into iron oxide. The iron oxide crumbles easily and is far more easily eroded than the original iron. As it is removed, the rocks are weakened and thus decomposed. Oxidation not only changes the composition of rock minerals but also its appearance. The color of the rock changes to red, yellow, or brown. As you can see in these two pictures, the iron content in the rock has rusted because of chemical reaction between the iron and the rainwater containing oxygen, and even the color of the rocks has changed to reddish brownish in color. Next is carbonation. Rainwater dissolves the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and forms a weak carbonic acid. As you can see over here, carbon dioxide in the air plus rainwater forms carbonic acid. When this acidic rain falls on calcareous rocks like limestone and chalk, the calcium carbonate reacts with the acid to form a soluble salt. The soluble salt is called calcium bicarbonate, that is readily dissolved and carried away by rainwater. So here you have calcium carbonate reacting with carbonic acid to form calcium bicarbonate. Weathering of limestone regions in this way gives rise to various landforms like stalactites and stalagmites. So as you can see in this picture, these are stalactites. A stalactite is an icicle shaped formation that hangs from the ceiling of a cave and is produced by the precipitation of calcium carbonate from water dripping through the cave ceiling. And a stalagmite is an upward growing mound of calcium carbonate deposits that have precipitated from water dripping onto the floor of a cave. Next process of chemical weathering is hydration. Hydration involves the action of water on minerals. Some minerals have the ability to absorb water and increase in size. For example, crystalline minerals such as feldspar, found commonly in rocks like granite, absorb water that makes them swell up. These minerals become soft and turn into a powdery mass due to expansion of mineral particles that cause stress within the rocks. Due to this process, the rocks become weak and ultimately crumble. Feldspar after hydration becomes a mass of clay or kaolin. As you can see in this picture, this is the mineral feldspar, and after hydration it turns into a kind of clay. The last process is solution. Solution is the process in which some of the minerals in the rocks are directly dissolved in water. This process is responsible for the dissolution of soluble particles and minerals from rocks due to water. Rainwater is able to dissolve certain minerals and leaches through the rocks. The rocks become weak and decompose. All rocks are subjected to solution to some extent. The rate at which solution takes place is affected not only by the mineral composition of the rocks but also by its structure. For example, sedimentary rocks have pore spaces between the grains in which air and water can lodge and attack the rocks. Some rock minerals such as salts are more soluble in water than others. For example, rainwater causes chemical disintegration of rock salt and gypsum, as both being soluble in water move away in solution. Here are two questions for you. Find answers to these questions and we will discuss the answers in our interactive class. The first question is, chemical weathering is most effective in hot and humid regions. Why? And second question, what are the factors on which the rate of chemical weathering depends? I conclude my video here. In today's video, I discussed the meaning of chemical weathering and the different processes involved in chemical weathering. Thank you.